What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Jeff Strange, and I'm live, baby. Yes, indeed. Oh, I ain't got no sound effects together. Damn it. What the hell? All right, where we at? Okay. There we go. Thank you. Sorry about that, y'all.
My name is Dr. Strange.
Aha. And I gotta cut that down because you don't be wanting no copyright strikes. We ain't doing that. What the hell is that? Let's go with something. And something nice and low in the background just to keep some atmosphere. I can mess with my sound effects when I get a chance to. What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Jeff Strange. I'm live right now on Facebook and on YouTube right now. Join me if you can. The phone number is 929-722-0772. Hopefully by this time next week, I'll be live on my own website so I can say exactly what I want. I don't have to worry about any copyright strikes, and then I can edit the video and put it on YouTube and Facebook. Hopefully they'll be all right. All right. But right now, I got my peoples with me today. Let me find their stuff. Because, got to represent my people because these are people that hold me down. They do what they're supposed to do. And my man Ed Diggity joining in. What's going on, bro? All right, wait a minute. Okay. First, we're going to bring in my man, Mr. Well, let me start again. From the one to one podcast. I keep saying one-on-one, but it's not the one-on-one because that's something else. The one-to-one podcast. My man, Mr. Anthony Cruz.
What's up, everybody in the internet worlds and the doings? How's everybody doing today?
Everything's
How are you
good,
doing,
man.
sir?
I'm good, man. Glad to be back, be doing my thing. I've been gone for a little while because, the job I used to have, it would physically drain me. So Saturday nights is just like, nope, I'm just drinking.
It's funny how that is like the solution, and it's not the great solution, but it's the solution.
It's a solution.
It's a solution.
It's a solution. It's not the best solution, but it's a solution. And today I have one of my very good friends, special guest, entrepreneur, relationship coach. This woman, she just doing all the damn things. She's not doing the damn things. She's doing all the damn things. From the Sister Talk podcast and also from the Tipsy Tea podcast, Miss Danny M. What's poppin', mama?
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much, Jeff Strange, for having me on the show today.
How you doing, Danny?
Hey, how's it going?
That's what's
wonderful.
Up. And
awesome.
For those of y'all that noticed Danny's picture, because she's at home right now relaxing. I don't know if she's naked or not, but we ain't even gonna go there. It's Saturday night. She could dress how she want to, okay? Because tomorrow you can catch on the show Sister Talk podcast, usually on YouTube and on Facebook Live, where she addresses not only just women's issues, period.
Yep. And as Jeff said, usually I do this podcast every Sunday, but I have reduced it down to one time per month because I know the value of having true boundaries and getting my rest when I need it. So we'll be back on May 1st. And thank you so much for shouting us out.
Yes,
that is
indeed.
Awesome. I wish I can adopt that kind of level of confidence. I seek validation 3 times a week on Instagram.
I'm getting hit up, right? I'm getting hit, boy. I am getting hit like, yo, you on? La, 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 la.
Yep, we're on.
I'm not streaming on my channel.
Yeah. One of these episodes, we're gonna get it right with you, Strange, where you'll announce my podcast absolutely correctly. It's the one-to-one, the mini podcast project.
Because I have it, as you can see right here. I'm like, no, that's 1-to-1.
Yeah, it's 1-to-1, and then the mini podcast project. But it's funny because there's nothing mini about it because I just did a podcast. It was like 4 hours. So mini's
wow.
kind of like a funny afterthought. No.
Damn.
4 hours is a long time.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah.
that's that, however many subscribers, such and such.
Oh, I only have one of 2 viewers. That's it.
Oh, and my man, my man Ant Diggity, boy, he said, "Yo, you got your own countdown? That's fire, bro." I mean, Ant Diggity, you gotta check his podcast out. And shout your name out, bro. Shout your podcast out. Okay, I am live. All right. Okay. So anybody looking for me, I'm on my Facebook page, the Strange Sounds Radio page on Facebook. I'm live there. Come check me out. We share on my regular page, so because some people's like this, I can't see it. I don't know where you at. Like, all right, whatever. Mind your business. So anyway, today. Damn, my man G just hit me.
Yeah,
He said he loved to when he's sick with COVID.
That's
Get
unfortunate.
well soon, bro. No, because people think COVID ain't out here, but it is. It's still out here, still doing its thing.
It's funny. Every time I'm in my car, my cousin refuses to put on the seatbelt. So I got into a routine that every time he jumps in, I'm like, "Yo, you can't move unless you put on your seatbelt." He goes, "Why, man?" I said, "COVID." I was like, "COVID's dictated," and it makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
But I said, the reason why the car's not working is because of COVID. Once you put your seatbelt on, car's clean. You can go.
Okay.
Speaking of cars, did you guys know that Uber is now doing this? They have like a discount where you can get your car purified if you're like a Uber Eats driver or Uber driver for like $13.
Whoa.
Purified, like in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
I was getting ready to
No, purified. Like they're gonna clean your car inside and out.
That is awesome.
purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Not that kind of purification.
Rest in peace. Shout to Prince. Yeah, Ant Diggity just said his podcast is the Road to Victory podcast, and his second podcast is Naked Conversations.
So, Ant, are you naked when you're having these conversations?
Knowing him, probably.
It better be an audio only.
Another thing I found out this weekend. So on Twitter, apparently, people are doing whatever they want. Like you can see whatever video you desire on Twitter, like with zero filter.
And he just said, "I'm naked now."
Just swinging in the wind. Swinging in the wind. What a glorious feeling.
Mm-hmm. See, Anthony's bigger than me. So, Anthony's stand up is going to be a whole lot of
emotional damage.
You need some therapy?
he go, Ant's the type to lean down the girl like, "You want to see something?"
Yeah, what Ant just said, that's wild. Like I had no idea all this is out there, man. I'm so late.
You see what Anthony just said?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with him. I can see it. Yeah.
Twitter is the best porn site. That is crazy.
It's wild on Twitter. Like it's way worse than Instagram. Like I'm telling you.
See, he already, "How you doing, Daddy?"
Hey Ant, how's it going, man?
Don't get him started.
Emotional damage.
But today, we talked about Will Smith and Jada, trifling ass Jada. And each week I keep seeing more and more and more stuff.
Yeah,
Ugh.
because now it's a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
It's not so much a head hunt, but it's a treasure hunt to find all these little things that allude to, like, this sort of broken marriage and all this stuff. And
Yeah.
and
Because
you gotta
Will is
figure out
definitely
what
a
parts
broken
of
man.
it are real and what parts are not.
Yeah. Because Will is definitely a broken man. I mean, she what's up, Kim? My homegirl Kim, she gonna always put it real. She threw him under the bus.
Oh, they ain't no lies. She not only threw him under the bus, but she put on the spiked chains on the
Went
tires
forward
to
and
tread
went
through snow.
backwards. She Tokyo drifted on him.
She did donuts. She did donuts on that bus.
Hold still.
But you can clearly see in that marriage who's the dominant person,
Yeah.
right?
Because she said she never wanted to get married.
She was like, "Hold on, I'm gonna show you big wheelie styles."
Yeah.
On that
And
bus.
here's my biggest thing, right? Being a woman, being married. If you didn't want to marry him, why did you? We all know the answer to that. But I'm saying, why put this man in this situation where, he's in this marriage that's not really equally yoked? And it seems to me, and I'm not, a fly on the wall in their house, but I can almost guarantee you she's always finding something to bitch about. She's always equating him to less than. She's always finding something to sabotage his ego and his manhood. And it's just crazy that Will hasn't seen this in the last 2 decades that he's been with her.
You see what Kim said?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we know that. That's facts. What Kim said. That's why I said we all know why. But what's stranger to me is that Will didn't assess this and say, you know what, I'm good. Will can have any woman he wants. Literally.
And that's the very definition right there, because Will can have anyone he wants, but what he wants, he can't have.
Yeah, that's facts too.
He's had, smitten blinders since the day he met her. It was all about Jada, and Jada was not all about him. Jada had what she wanted, but when that wasn't viable anymore, then Will was the next one in line.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the video where she talks to him, like she put the camera on him and asked him a question, and he says, "Hey, you just can't just start asking me questions and put me on social media. You see this foolishness? Like, how you went there immediately?
Right.
It's like because you know damn well, if I put a camera on a woman and she's not ready to be presented to the world, Danny, what's gonna happen?"
Oh, first of all, that camera's coming off. Whatever means I need to take to get it off. That could be slapping the phone out of your hand. It could be screaming at you. It could be anything.
So you see,
right?
There is no lie.
So that's the reason why in the case where Will Smith got up, walked towards Chris Rock while he's on stage and slapped his ass in front of the world and then turned around, walked back to his seat and proceeded to touch them out. Will wouldn't have won either way with her. Like even if he hadn't have gotten up, right, and done that, she would have had something to say when they got home. And him slapping him made her even say, I think to one of the vlogs, that I wish he didn't do that. So it's like, damned if you do.
But you co-signed it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My man Ant, he said Will smacked him because Rick Rock got casted off for Will and Pootie.
Wow.
Which is so crazy.
So Will,
but I watched that last night.
Will was dying for that part, and fucking Chris Rock got it.
Pootie did it again. Pootie did it again. Saturday.
Yeah, I think maybe like Will's ego is getting the best of him. It goes back to what you just said. Anthony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony, it's exactly what you said. It's like, Will is operating in this scarcity mindset, like, oh, she's the last diamond in the rough. But let's be honest, and we can be brutally honest on your show today, Jeff. Diamond, what's her name? Jada? She's no diamond, right? No. She's literally slept with her son's friend, August Alsina, and allowed the entire world to know about it, right? Put it out there. And on top of that, we already knew prior to that coming, the entanglement being released to the public, we knew that Will and Jada were in a so-called quote unquote open marriage, right? Open relationship.
Right.
Which that's fine. To each their own. But to be perfectly honest with you, you know, you're a celebrity and you're in the limelight, the less is more.
Damn it, Kimberly, you stole my line. But it's a good line, so we kindred spirits.
Diamond more like cubic zirconia. Exactly. And that's my point. So when we say these things like, oh, Will wants what he can't have, I think it's more of an ego trip. Like, man, she don't want me. All the women want me. You know what I mean? But Jada is just a different class of female. Like, you know, and that's no disrespect to anybody that was raised in the hood. I myself was raised in the hood, but that doesn't mean that you're a classless individual because that's where you came from, right? There's morals, there's standards, there's, you know, what you perceive as valuable. Mm-hmm. I just wonder, does Jada see how much value, and I'm not talking about financial value, but how much moral value, how much family value, how much husband value he brings to her? I wonder if she just looks over that.
All right, so there's an interesting point you make there, because I thought about it as well. It was like, you know, they were like, oh no, she's a different class of woman. And I'm like, or she's a classless woman for doing what she did. And I'm like, well, I said I see it like this: if you are gonna be in a relationship but only halfway in, then what are you doing there in the first place?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like what I saw Will do with this relationship was try to wade against the current of the river. He's trying to gain inches and yards by going against the current. And going against the current meaning that she's resisting him, but he's pushing anyway. And at that point, at some point, he should have just let it go. He's not going to get what he wants from her. He never will. He never will.
Like Frozen. Let it go.
In a lot of ways, yeah. So, you know, it doesn't mean that she, you know, didn't care about him, but she didn't love him the way she loved, let's say, Pac or somebody else. There was love for him. She's not in love with him. And that's the big difference in a relationship.
You know, the thing that kind of angers me a little bit, but it angers me because with the whole Willow writing a letter to Tupac,
right? Like
he's Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you saying these things to your daughter? So that this is not when she's, you know, who she is now. This is when she's still developing.
Right.
Like, why would you say that to your daughter? Oh, I miss Tupac and everything else. Please, Tupac, I know you're alive somewhere. Please come back so my mommy can be happy.
Yeah,
Daddy ain't nothing.
It's messed up. It really
wouldn't have this house and this whole lifestyle if it wasn't for Daddy.
That's right. See, that's where I feel like Will has fallen short, not only as a man, but as a person. There's no way I'm going to allow anybody to disrespect me at the magnitude that Jada has disrespected him countless times in front of the public's eye. Imagine how she talks to him behind closed doors. And I think that's what signals to that moment when they were at the Oscars and she rolled her eyes and kind of looked like, oh my God, here we go again. That indicates that it should to everyone that these are some brutal conversations that Will and Jada are having behind closed doors. And also, Will just showed me how vulnerable and how much he lacks confidence, even though he should be one of the most confident men on the planet.
Right.
And when you're with someone, coupled with someone like Jada, who, like I said, seems to me she doesn't understand his true value and character, I feel like you will always doubt yourself because you haven't been coupled with someone who complements your awesomeness. You feel me?
That's right.
And that's important. You know, women, we get beside ourselves. Women, we get beside ourselves sometimes.
You are absolutely right, Danny.
We're looking for men.
Say it again for the cheap seat so they can hear you in the back.
Yeah. We get beside ourselves sometimes. Ladies, I'm not trying to beat us up, but we look for a man with the hottest car. We look for a man with the fattest bank account. Sometimes we don't even care about his looks because we're looking towards our lifestyle. Like, how do we want our lives to pan out? How many Birkin bags we can get, in 1 year's time, red bottoms, whatever is new and in, how many hair weaves. We can have long hair down our back and we still want the latest hair weave, all that, all races now, not just African American women. So it's like, I want my women in general, no matter what race you are or culture you're from, is to think about the value in that individual. Maybe you're gay, maybe you don't even like men, but think about the value that person is bringing into your life. And think about, if you disrespect them or hurt them, how that valuable person could simply leave tomorrow. Will doesn't have to stay.
And that's why Danny's a relationship expert.
Facts.
Miss Danny M, y'all. She sounds so lovely, don't you agree?
Sexual chocolate, y'all. Sexual chocolate. Thank y'all.
I believe the children are future.
And I'll see I'm agreeing exactly, and Kim agrees with you. In order to see value in someone, you have to value yourself.
But at the same time, I wouldn't absolve Will from any of the kill too, because here is a man who is, like I said, fighting against the current. He's constantly trying to win her validation, her approval, or just her love for that matter. And he always falls short. He's always going to come in second place, like, to basically a dead man.
Yeah.
And the fact is that he has to learn when to let that go too. Sometimes you're fighting a losing battle, or an unwinnable battle for that matter.
Now, peep this. When she turned 40, Will was already planning her birthday when she turned 37. Okay? Had Mary J. Blige, did the whole nine, made it look beautiful. After it was over and they're alone, she creeped in and said, that was the most ugly, egotistical testament to my ego, da 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 da. And he said he felt crushed. And he did this on the Red Table Talk.
Right.
Why?
Yo, like, for real, why would that be a point of a point to highlight on a public platform like that?
You know
what I'm saying? Even if it's kind of messed up, even if she did it in private, because he went above and beyond to try to do something nice for her. If she didn't like it, she could have just not been enthusiastic about it, but just like, thank you and be appreciative,
Right.
But just embarrass him, and then she's been doing this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This is not
She's been doing this.
Yeah.
Since, like, I brought this up last week. Keenan Ivory Wayans had a talk show, and on the talk show he had Jada. This was after they did Low Down Dirty Shame. She had him on there, brought up the video, and ironically, they were dancing to Parents Just Don't Understand. Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Did that, danced to the whole thing and all that kind of good stuff. Now, this is before she even met Will. You danced to the song. And on the show, she said, yeah, it was, we were young, we were kids, and, Will was corny.
Telling you, man.
Why would you do that?
This woman does not value her husband, even after all these years. It's impossible for her to. He's allowed her, and I do say allow, he's allowed her to get away with this for so long. She's comfortable with humiliating him. Literally.
She's doing it like it's free. And it is to her.
Now, what if the tables were turned in reverse and Will was doing this to Jada?
Oh.
He would get lynched.
My point exactly.
He would get lynched.
Wouldn't have been no more movies.
What if Will would have slept with Willow's friend, right?
He would have got canceled, or he everything would
have been cell next to R. Kelly.
And the most tragic situation that came out of that is the fact that August Alsina really originally looked at Jada like a mother figure that he never really had, a supportive mother figure. So now she flipped the script and made him her sugar baby. Literally, she had him strolling on the red carpet, all kind of weirdness. Like, and what's crazy too? Society immediately said, "Oh, well, you didn't slap August Alsina." Will probably didn't even know 90% of that was going on until after it already come to pass.
Right.
So that slap in Chris Rock's face was for August Alsina. It was for all the memes. It was for all the jokes.
We all know. Yeah, we all
That's
know
mis-
it wasn't for Chris.
Yeah,
Chris
that's
was just in the line of fire. That's all.
That's right. He was the bag
misplaced
man.
anger. Misplaced anger.
You ever seen those movies where the guy is using this shit and then like every person he looks at turns into the thing he hates?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what happened on stage right there.
But let me tell you something. If I was Chris Rock and Will Smith walked up and had enough balls to slap me on the Oscars, guess what? We would have gave the Oscars a real show in 2022.
And I know it came across his mind, but
Yeah.
you know, Chris will probably be able to host the Oscars next year.
Not to
Will
mention
can't
he
come
got
back
like
to
10.
10.
He got like 10 brothers that is just looking for Will.
Yeah, he does.
Yo, they from
They're
Brooklyn.
not
I
playing.
know.
At that point, it's not a rock; it's the avalanche. They come.
It's a bunch of rocks. You ever hear hit by a bunch of rocks? They height.
It's gonna be a stoning in the modern age.
But you know, this should be a testimony to anyone who allows their emotions to move them. Don't allow it to move you into the grave, whether it's the grave of your career, whether it's the physical grave, right? Because I mean, you can tell Will, he just moved off of straight impulse, and you can't do that when you're a man of that stature and you have so many people that are looking up for you and more importantly, rooting for you.
Yeah.
You know, and here's the thing, and I'm sure I'm just kind of riffing on this. You know, he is a smart man for the most part. Like he is a very educated man. You know, you got to know that if you do something like that, it's not going to go over well. There is a subconscious thing that maybe he needed to do this, you know, because if he didn't do it, that means he would take more abuse. But now, if he's out there slapping people, people are going to think twice about, you know, messing with him. You know, it's a power move. Or maybe just a move to implode his career just a little bit to kind of put things in perspective.
Because they
Some
are
people
top trending.
that way.
They
Yeah,
are
'cause-
top trending, so I agree with that.
So, because what Bad Boys 4 is put on hold. Netflix was going to do a movie with him. They was like this, slow down. We'll just live off of Bright right now.
And you know what's crazy? It's a slap. Like, really? That's what you're pulling out for? You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as I know, Alec Baldwin just shot somebody. They're
I
still doing the movie.
know. Speak. That's the truth, Anthony. Yeah.
Plug somebody right in the freaking chest, and they're still doing it.
Like they died. Like they legitimately passed away. This is crazy.
Kanye can do whatever he wants, say the crazy stuff, and he's still making albums. People still buying albums.
Yep.
But Will Smith slapped somebody. Really? Like, come on.
I really think high key these corporations and different businesses are just kind of fake, saying, hey, we're going to put everything on hold. I say maybe by the end of this year, maybe not even that long, by the summer of this year, people will start bringing them back onto these projects. They just needed to let everything kind of subside. That's what I think.
Yeah. I mean,
America has a short memory. Yeah. America has a short memory. They're going to bring them back like in a year or two. Another Will Smith movie will be out.
But you know what? It's crazy. Like all these corporations, these businesses are spineless. They're spineless because they allow too much power to the average person with a phone or a platform, a social media platform, to kind of scare them into like, oh no, we got to take a hard stance on things. Otherwise, people are going to hate us.
Right.
You know, come 20 years ago, these companies did not give a rat's ass.
You see the love I get? You see
That guy has the Thor, what is that thing
the
called?
Infinity Gauntlet.
There you go.
That's what he used to pick his
cool.
nose. That's my man. We've known each other since junior high school. We do this to each other all the time. I just passed him on the street and he just yelling out the window, "Hey, you pedophile!"
Wow. That's hard.
Yeah, I'm like, ain't nobody looking at me, but when he said pedophile, we both gave the fingers up, like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" All right. But that's my man. We do that all the time. People be sitting there like, "Yo, you got beef, son? Yo, you want me to get the dog? He'll mop the floor with you. Stop." Like, we playing. That's my man. Don't worry about that. But yeah, Kid just made another point here. the standards for people of color are just way different than others. And ironically, Chris Rock said this in one of his stand-ups. He said, we got to fly to get to where the white man can walk to. Because he said his next door neighbor was a dentist.
Yeah. And they've been after Will for the longest time. Oh my God, they've been
wait
after
to
Will.
find something on him.
They were waiting for Will to slip up, like since he did like Ali. Like they've been waiting for him to slip up since like then.
So where's the dirty
Remember,
scandal?
he was Mr. Box Office summer every year, dropping something, and then all of a sudden, like the crowd would like his movies, but the critics not so much. As soon as Scientology, he checked out Scientology and was like, nope, that's it. Blackball.
Get him.
Facts.
Tom
And
Cruise
I
is
gotta
like-
say, man, it's unfortunate that Will had to slip up on such a. I just feel like it was such a petty situation. Like I went back and played it back. What Chris Rock said wasn't that bad,
It wasn't.
Gee.
What Will could have done. This is just my take, my assessment on it. Is like, all right, you didn't have to put your hands on this guy. Number one, because you're both adults. Number two, this man was paid as a comedian to do a job. And number three, you could have handled him after the Oscars if it was that serious for you, right? It's a time and place for everything. And I'm an average income American. Now imagine if I was making that much cheese. There's no way you couldn't say anything to me or my husband to make me get out of my chair. And now on the flip side, if I was Jada Pinkett Smith and my husband got up, guess what? I would have got up too to stop him.
Thank you. Now I said that. I said, like, she didn't even attempt to like call him. Like, you have women have a certain tone that you will address us in, and you could have said something and be like, it'll chop through. Like, when you're doing something wrong and your mother call you like, what? Oh shit. Oh, what?
Right.
And you're like, whatever the hell you was doing. Like, I wasn't even gonna touch it. I was minding my business. I wasn't even here. You get that little boy look on your face.
It's
like,
crazy because Chris Rock even said, come on, it wasn't that bad. He said all of that before Will got out of his seat, right? And started approaching him. It wasn't bad. He said, I can't wait to see G.I. Jane 2.
I'm sorry that I said your wife was gonna be an awesome Marine, just killing it and being strong and powerful in the movie. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
That's crazy. It just didn't deserve a slap. So that's how I knew it was coming from the depths of his soul. Like he was just like, I'm sick of all y'all shit. Period. That's where that slap came from.
That's right. It wasn't really about Chris, man. It was that was a
Not
smack
for a
for
long time.
all the people who needed to catch it.
Because I guarantee you, had that been Ricky Gervais, wouldn't even happen.
Nope.
You'd have did what you were supposed to do, catch him backstage, and be like, yo, man, I ain't really like what you said about my wife. I want you to apologize. Or something. But
Right.
the world didn't have to know. Just like the world didn't have to know what the hell is going on in y'all's bedroom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
That's the part, honestly.
here's my comment to those individuals who thought it was okay for Will to slap this man on national TV. I'm sorry, global streaming TV. Try that in the real world and see what happens to you. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
That is absolutely right.
And see, I so many videos, and I admittedly, because certain relationships I've been in was just like this. I got out of them. Thank you, Jesus. And I mean, I actually got triggered at a couple of these things because I'm sitting there like, one young lady, like, she wanted to brag, on certain stuff, and I'm like, yo, stop telling everybody our business. They didn't need to know none of that. But I'm just saying, that's my girlfriend, and you told your friend. I said, I told one friend. You told all your girlfriends, and now when I walk in the door, all your girlfriends are like this. Hey, child.
And that's how it goes.
I'm like, nobody need to know our business. And then when one of your girlfriends hit on me, and I'm telling you, like, no, she didn't. Okay.
Right.
You see, you wind up, you walk in the room and you see a compromising position, and you're like, I was helping her. Like, I'm gonna be like,
But
get your friend
honestly,
away
that's
from
how
me.
a lot of people get cheated on. That right
Yeah.
there.
It's like,
Right.
come on. The world does not need to know what goes on behind our closed doors. You
Very
having
true.
the need to tell this. You knew exactly what you were doing. You wanted to ruin it because your last biggest hit was woo. Woo. Not even woo. It's woo. Not even a good woo like Wu-Tang.
Or Ric Flair.
You know? That's the one that was like, woo! Like, no, not even that. Ric Flair probably been like, yeah.
He saw that movie. He was like, copyright infringement.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, but this one here, I definitely got to play because I feel bad. I mean, my daughter Janae, she's good. I'm happy about that. She's got she's with her high school sweetheart and they're having a ball. He ain't scared of me, but he's like this. Hey, you all right? I'm good about that. My nieces, they're all dating. My youngest, well, not my youngest, next to the youngest, she's dating some guy. My brother don't like him. And I said, dude, we could do that bad boy scene whenever you're ready. I ain't going back. No, but I just feel bad for anybody because our generation, we know exactly what we want. We talk, we have a conversation, we do what we need to do, and everything gets spread out on the table. Now I keep seeing all these videos. Well, what do you bring to the table? Some people get smart like, I am the table. What you saying? But, oh my God. I'm just going to play it.
Go for it.
Come on now. No, I want the tab. That's the tab I want. All right. This is the Daily Wrap-Up Crew. They always do podcasts. If you want to do reaction videos, this is some of the stuff you want to do, especially if you want to talk about relationships. You can clearly see everybody here is under 30 and just listen.
Well, I do want to ask, you know what I'm saying, like, you guys do have pretty privilege, right? So I want to ask you,
To an extent, yeah.
to an extent, I just want to ask, like, when you get a man, what do you do to keep a man? Like, why should he keep you?
Oh, why he should keep? Bro, I hate guys. Like,
Why? 'Cause
Already you just asked a simple question. What's so bad about this? Let's continue.
asking what you should, what do you do?
yo, to be fair, I really trying to keep him in. If I love him and he love me, I really trying to keep him.
Yeah.
Dudes be trying to be.
Like,
Dudes,
what are you talking about? What are you talking
What are y'all
about?
talking about? What are
A
y'all
lot of
talking
times, you know, there you go. Go.
Sometimes dudes be getting bored, so you gotta be a little entertaining. You gotta spice it up a little bit. Y'all gotta take vacations. Y'all gotta spoil each other. You gotta keep it interesting. Cause really though, that's why dudes be cheating. They be losing interest sometimes. They be getting bored and they go try to find some like new excitement. You gotta keep it exciting.
I'm sorry. I believe you when you say that. I
Yeah.
want to get through her because she
No,
seems
what are
like
y'all
she.
talking
I-
about?
you
'Cause I
seem
didn't
like
know
you
what
only
you was
burned
Yeah,
me.
you seem like
Like,
you
what
only
are
bring
you trying to
pretty
say?
privilege to
That's
a
not
relationship.
true.
Like,
That's not
so
true.
if outside of your pretty
But
privilege,
what are you trying to say?
what do you do to keep a man? Like, why should a man choose you outside of your looks? Why should a man choose you?
okay,
Like, what do you do?
Because you're already real,
make it
real
wanna
No,
say-
spicy.
what are you trying to say? Because a lot of guys, they don't do nothing.
Now you see the hand gestures, the tone in her voice. She's already triggered.
Mm-hmm.
For what? I don't know.
It
She
is.
feels attacked.
Yeah. And they just ask a simple question. Why you feel so triggered and so agitated from a simple question?
Right. And the thing about triggers is that you never know what the trigger is for that person. Like something as simple as that set her off because she has something personal, personal stake in it at some point in time.
And it jumped right to the surface when that question came up.
Exactly.
But I just asked you about you. You already
I'm gonna do
deflecting-
everything for you if I love you. Like,
But you're
what do you mean?
deflecting it. Like you're already saying,
Like-
guys don't do nothing. I'm asking you, what do you do
So,
besides
Well,
pointing at the guy what he's
depends.
not doing?
what he's not doing. If he's doing everything, I'm gonna do everything that needs to be done. What do you mean?
Like,
So when you say
Like everything, like
when you say a guy don't do,
What the hell is everything?
She wasn't ready for that question.
She was not. She was not.
I do everything. I do everything for him.
You know, that's
What?
more of a defensive stance because if you know you don't do anything in a relationship and you ride on your looks, you know, they hit it right on the thing. What do you do besides looking beautiful? Do you bring to the relationship? Do you bring, you know, support? Do you take care of him? Take care of the household? Do you contribute to the finances? Do you get involved with his family and friends? Like
Yeah.
what do you bring to the table? And
You know,
she's deflecting.
the
Yeah.
whole feminist movement, they just hit these girls with you got to be this, you got to be this. So they're already on the defensive, trying to be something else. And I'm like,
It sounds like she may have been in a relationship where the guy really wasn't doing anything. So now she's on the defense. But she does have to realize that not all relationships and not all people are the same. Not all men
Thank you.
particularly
That's
are
right.
the same. And we
Thank
get caught
you.
up in this stereotype that, okay, well, I'm pulling all the weight. I'm going to be the breadwinner in this situation again. Or if she gets with a man that's a breadwinner that is mature and that knows what he wants in the woman and she doesn't get chosen, that's still going to be a problem with her too, because she's not looking within and asking herself that very question that he asked her. That's the reason why she got defensive.
Right.
She never thought about it.
see, this is why I had Danny on here. This is exactly why. Thank you, Danny.
She's a wealth of knowledge right there.
But let's continue.
no, like what do you mean?
like some guys like say like guys. I'm sorry, guys who usually say, oh, like what do you bring? What do you do for me? Like they don't be doing nothing. To be honest.
I pay the mortgage.
But
You should. I like that.
But you was in a
That's
relationship
good.
with them? But you was in a relationship with
No, it
them?
was not no relationship.
Why you lying?
Wait,
Come on.
okay. It was a bit like, can you cook and clean? But can you
Yes.
fix my tire? Can you or you'll pay my rent? You gonna pay my are you gonna do
That's
stuff
what I
like that?
mean.
But that's
You're
a
not
good-
gonna do
that's a
That's
good-
what I mean.
that's a good rebuttal
That's what
because
I mean.
Guys don't know what they're getting themselves into when it comes to a relationship. That's why they may or may not ask that question. I feel like that question you talking about as far as dating.
Yeah, like you're broke, you're this, and you're
I feel
asking
like
me what I
guys-
could do for you.
I feel like guys
Like, no,
ask that
nothing.
question and like that's a reciprocation because women usually come to the table, come to the date talking about they demand a certain type of man, whether he gotta make a certain amount of money,
That's
he gotta
not
do
true.
this, that, and the
That's
third.
not true.
So guys want to know, okay, in exchange for the money, the provision, the protection, the leadership, everything that I provide for you, what am I getting in return? And y'all can never answer the
Most
question.
answer
Yes, we
like
can.
you.
You
and
get
start
you
up
get
and
triggered,
defensive.
you get triggered
But it
and
depends.
defensive, and
It's
it's like
like,
you probably gonna
If
say
you're
I am
not
the
doing
table.
nothing from you, you're not doing
You're
nothing
still
for
not
me.
saying what you're
If
doing.
you're not
to a
doing
man.
nothing for me, if I do, I'm gonna do everything for you. Like
So he gotta
anything
do-
that
he
needs to
gotta
be done
do-
is gonna get
But
done for
what
you.
we don't know what that means. I keep saying this to women. We don't.
Exactly. Well, what that's on you. You gotta get to know me.
What?
No.
What?
No. Look,
Oh,
I
girl,
am
wild.
a proponent
She
of
is
not getting
wildin'.
into those kind of conversations because once those conversations start, it gets heated very quick because it's like
Yeah.
it's a very selfish conversation. It's like, what are you doing for me? No, what am I doing for you? You know, like that kind of thing, and it becomes a hot topic point. Like if you're gonna get in a relationship and you know what you bring to the table, confidence by itself will lead you in, and you would do those things, and she wouldn't even have to question it. Likewise, if she comes in with that confidence and she knows what she brings to the table, you won't even have to question what she's bringing to the table. It's just is.
Yeah. Now, I'm not considered myself. I don't say I'm an expert in body language, but I'm very proficient in body language. Look at this face.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Now, if that ain't a bitch shut up face,
Word up. It's like, yo, you fucking it up for the rest of us. Like, calm the hell down.
Well, let's look at the woman in the middle. Even I mean, she even's looking
she's like this, like, but you
Girl,
know,
be quiet.
her body language, she's leaning over towards her because she don't want to be involved in this.
She's like, child, hush your mouth. The thing is, this girl that's doing a lot of talking, she's super immature. That's number one. I don't know how
Yes.
old she is. And then so she doesn't really have an answer because she probably hasn't been in enough relationships to even know what she's bringing to the table. And as far as
Yes.
she's concerned, her parents, aunties, mothers, whomever probably said you need to get with someone that's going to take care of you, right? But they never talked to her about what you should be bringing to the relationship or the marriage or the relationship. That conversation probably has never been had with her, and that's the reason why she's getting upset.
Because she doesn't have, that's like we always talk about when, especially since social media began, when people can't answer or don't have the words to express how they sound or whatever, the first thing they do is they get triggered and they go to name calling, defensive, all that other kind of stuff. And you see right there, her energy just changed. You see, you just, like I said, the body language of these two, there's a lot of space in between them. There's a lot of space in there. But let's continue.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't waste a minute with
me. How do I know what you're gonna do for me then? Like what?
Because I wouldn't made it this far in the relationship.
Look, as a man, I'm coming to you, trying to communicate, ask you like, what other than prettiness do you have? And you're like, what are you giving me?
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying a lot of guys that say that don't be having nothing. Like you're not doing nothing.
We just talking about the conversation right now.
Like, if I ask you that, what besides prettiness, what else can you offer me?
Like for me, I'm gonna offer everything. Like what do you?
Okay.
I'm gonna
anybody else?
What?
Once again, everything is not an answer.
What?
All right, let's say you went with everything as an answer. Then you know what? I need about 24 acres of land. I'm gonna need like a better 401k. If you're gonna bring everything, I want everything. Just bring it all. I want a new fridge.
Man, she should have been like, "Hey, I know how to make some bomb ass Korean ribs with white steamed rice. I'm a nourisher. Anytime you're having a bad day, I'm gonna give you a pedicure and a foot massage. I'm gonna have your bubble bath I already ran. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you need new pairs of socks, underwear, anything, I got you. Like, fluff this man up. Let him know that you're the dream. But the problem is, like I said, she doesn't even know how to take care of her significant other because she's just focused on what they're gonna do for her. That's how she operates.
Yeah. She's young. She does not know her head from her ass. And basically, like she is still figuring it out, man. You don't know what it is, what you want until much later in life, man. Like you have an idea, but you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the relationships, the first couple of dates are the interviews. Yeah. You either gonna bring your real self or you're gonna pull out the representative because you're still not sure about this dude.
I want a rattlesnake painted in gold. I want a Cuisinart with a Wi-Fi signal. When you talking about bring everything, this is the things I want.
See, man, and she can't verbalize what she wants to say, and it's just, I'm not saying her parents was messed up or nothing like that, but you have to be able to express yourself properly, because without proper communication, and this is in any relationship, you have to have proper communication. The messages have to be clear.
Shit, I want to be with somebody who can give me everything. I want a jumbo jet with spinning rims.
Because we're gonna make Soul Plane 2.
I want her to have clones in different ethnics. I want an Asian version of you. I want a black version of you. I want all the versions. You call the Germans. Start the cloning.
Calling Elon Musk.
I want everything.
I'm so done. Yeah, if she's going in with an unclear vision about what it is she obviously knows what she wants. She wants someone that's going to give her everything. She claims she's going to give them everything, but she can't define what everything
is. She doesn't know what everything entails.
That's the problem. So she's going to need a lot of time. And she kind of reminds me of that girl, the Catch Me Outside girl, because she seems.
Thank you. Holy shit.
What's her name? Danielle Abergoli or whatever. Yeah.
I know this as what, Bad Baby.
I guess.
Yeah, with
She's
her
giving me
2-minute
that
rap.
vibe.
I
every
thought the
time.
same thing. I was like, I wonder who's gonna pick up on that.
I was saying that too because that nose was saying it to me.
Oh man.
I just think it's her aura too, though. Like her
Yeah.
whole vibe. and
That's
energy.
what
about that.
Right. It's her mannerisms. It's
Yes.
like everything. Like she is straight up the clone of Cash Me Outside.
Yeah. I just
How
don't want
about
to be.
that?
I just don't want to be alone with her in the elevator because if she sneeze, you getting something.
I'm done.
Like I'm telling you, the word men don't care about your broken promise of saying I'm gonna give you everything. That doesn't give us anything. We don't feel secure. You know what we do? We try to, okay, you gonna give me everything. All right, give me pussy, and then you out.
That's not exactly. I'm not giving you that. Like, yo, what
You
are
said you
you
was giving everything.
Huh?
You said you was giving
Everything to my man. Like, what? Like, I gotta get to know you for you to get
But
to
you
know
can't
me.
even tell me what other things you
Because
can
what?
give
I don't
me.
know you to tell you what I can do for you. Like, what the hell?
Well, you just
Like, what are you not understanding? What are you not understanding?
besides, tell me what.
She said, "What are you not understanding?"
Yo, she's so confused. Like she's taking the question directly towards her. Like, what can I literally do for you right now? No, he's asking in general in any relationship that you get in. But her mind is so narrow, she can't pick that up.
Yeah.
So that's the
That's
wrong
like-
person to try to answer this question. They need to go on to the next girl or the next question.
She's
She's
basically bringing a spork to a knife fight.
Yep.
Say that again, Ed.
She's bringing
Well,
a
I
spork.
understand what she's
to a
saying.
knife
She's
fight.
like, I don't even know you, right? Like, I can't tell you what I can provide to you, but that's not where he's coming from. He just wants to know in general, what qualities do you have that will balance out my qualities, that will make this a meaningful relationship? That's all he's asking. That's simple.
Okay, let's continue because it's a 7-minute video and we're only at 4:17.
All right.
Else other qualities about yourself that I need to know.
my own person. Like, I get my own money. Like, I'm gonna do everything. I do everything for my
How does
husband.
that benefit a relationship?
Because I'm gonna put into the relationship. Hello, you don't gotta do everything by yourself.
So why wasn't that the first thing that you
What are you talking?
mentioned?
Because I don't know what you're trying to say. That's why.
Yeah, bombarded her, bro. Like,
He like
just-
he like
just
he
bring it.
is
All
like.
right.
You trying to let her pitch herself.
But you see, but you see that got you to come to the right answer.
No,
Not you.
no,
Not,
it's like what do you mean? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you trying to say?
a man that's the man that's gonna pay your rent and buy you things that you want in your life. That's the type of answer you're looking for. Like, you're gonna bring this to the relationship. He not looking.
But I
at
was going to do that regardless, relationship or
So
not.
when we asked you, you got triggered and
Oh my
defensive.
God. Because it be bro guys saying that. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe it's the choices of men that you're making. You ever thought about that?
I'm a big proponent about what you put out in the universe is what you attract back.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are attracting a certain kind of individual, then you got to understand what you're putting out there in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have to kind of systematically break down, all right, if I appear a certain way, and this is the kind of person that's coming up to me, and I'm being triggered by that, what am I going to do to flip that? What am I going to do to change that and bring somebody else to me, somebody better?
But again, I'm going to the body language. Look at these faces.
Oh no, they're done. This question should have been done for them like 3 minutes ago.
Like, see this side that there's smiles, there's laughs, and her. Just mad.
saying that. Like,
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about what
See,
you gonna do
the
for me.
difference
You
is-
don't do
So
nothing.
why you on a date with a bro guy?
Damn dumb.
The difference is you got triggered, but when we asked her that question, she was able to calmly answer the question. Like you instead of
She
showing,
on the henny, man.
that's what I'm saying. Instead of showing off what you could offer a man, you would have rather get defensive and triggered instead of just being
But
like,
you ain't tell me what you
Can I
got
say
to offer
something?
me for me to tell you.
Well, I can say if you guys ask me that question, I'll just be like, I'll do everything. You want me to watch your shows? I'll watch your shows. Cook some food. I don't know how to cook, but I'll learn for you. Like, what do you mean? Need some money, but I'll give you some service.
men want to know what.
Now, what do y'all think about that answer?
But she's a lot more concise about what it is that she can do in the relationship. Now, I don't think like, it is often a thing to go to about cooking and cleaning and all that stuff, which I think should be a given for both sides. You
Yeah.
both should be cooking. You both should be
Yeah.
cleaning. And even if you're
Hell
not
yeah.
even if you're not a cook and she cooks or he cooks, then the other person cleans up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a partnership, 50-50 through and through. And if one falters through no fault of his own, he's trying or she's trying, the other person picks up the slack until the person gets right. That's what being in a partnership, co-partnership is all about.
Dang right it is. And if we look down the line of those ladies, you can probably almost certainly tell who has, and I know this is going to trigger some people, but we can tell who has both parents. If I had to assume, okay, then the girl on the far left, relative to the way we're looking at the video, the one who just answered, I believe she has a very close-knit relationship with her mom and dad, or grandparents, whatever. But she has been raised appropriately.
There's definitely a parental figure.
The one in the middle, probably it has a really good relationship with her family as well, because she knows when to shut up. If she doesn't have an answer, she's not going to speak. Smart girl. Now, the one that's on the far right, the Catch Me Outside chick, may have a tarnished relationship with her parents and maybe only was raised in a single parent household. Not sure, but she's giving me that energy. She's giving me that vibe because based on her answers, based on her lack of understanding herself, you know what I mean? Like, it shows me that she's not a very well-rounded individual, but she wants to take. Watch out for those type of chicks, man. Better watch out for them.
Words of wisdom from Danny M.
Yeah.
That money back and give me some money.
It's something.
I'm here for you.
Men want to know what are they going to get in exchange for investing my resources, time, emotions.
All right,
all
but
of
y'all
this.
ain't even say
I'll
that.
be there
It's just
for
like you just said what you gonna do for me. Like what you gonna do for me.
All right, but if you
I
on a
will
date,
take
he's
that.
not gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, this, this." So what are you gonna do? He might just ask you, "So
And
what
you
what so what besides your prettiness do you bring?" Like, you know what I
That's
mean?
what I
He's
do.
not gonna say. He's not gonna tell you up front. Sometimes
He's trying to get to know you. Like,
And
Thank you.
the first reply, a dude ain't gonna want to hear a goddamn attitude. What do you mean? That's not what I want to hear.
Catch me outside.
Yeah.
How
That was the
about
worst thing.
that?
What do you mean? Like, see, that immediate anger. Why? Why
Hella
we gotta
aggressive.
start there?
I dealt with something like that recently, and I was like, this ain't about me. Like just being in a conversation, the person getting triggered, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is not about me. This is something that's prior to me, and I'm catching the flack for it. And you have to be real about that. Like,
Yeah.
one, you can either get offended that they're bringing it to your doorstep like that, or two, you can be like, all right, this is how you are. Either I'm gonna continue to have this conversation with you, or I'm just gonna let you rock and then let you figure it out where you messed up.
Because I'm like, why you so mad? Just
Yeah.
mad. Why you so mad?
Female came out of a very bad relationship most recently. You
Probably
never know.
Because I mean, dude, my man right here, he just asked a question, and maybe the tone of voice or whatever. I mean,
I want to flip the dynamics on this one because I've been beating up the women pretty bad. So let me save the women's side real quick too. So like also from the other end of things, this chick probably has really truly given her best. Maybe she brings security to a relationship. Maybe she brings I'm not gonna say great communication, but maybe she brings other things right to the table. And maybe she didn't receive what she expected on the other end, not just one time, but countless times. So now her fuse is short, right? And now she's thinking maybe that these three guys that are on this show are low key trying to hit on her. You never know, because you don't know what kind of conversations they had behind the scenes. You don't know their relationships, right? Let's just be fair. So this may be coming from a very personal place. It feels like it just watching it.
Yeah.
It really does. To us,
Right.
It doesn't make sense. But if we knew the true dynamic behind the scenes, then maybe we'd be like, oh, okay.
Right.
Because it is viciously savage with dating right now in 2022. Has been for many, many years. And it weighs down on a lot of females. You know, a lot of men expect us to be dainty, expect us to be respectful, expect us to be happy, you know, full of life. But sometimes you run into the wrong ones every time, right? And it's really not you. It really truly isn't you. Maybe it's you in terms of not being able to detect red flags and eliminating the player, but it's not you that's bringing the issues to the relationship. So it may just be a woman scorn in this situation.
Yeah. Yeah. And the possibility is very real for that. You got to know what you're walking into.
Definitely. But how much? We got 620 and a 728 video, so we got a whole other 60 seconds. Let's see what's happening.
So you just gotta keep it cool and express yourself.
If y'all was on a date and y'all asked a guy, like, what else besides your money or something? A guy's not gonna be like, yo, why you asking me that? They're not gonna get defensive. They're gonna try to push themselves because they actually want to be with you.
I think I'm funny. I'll take care of the house. I'll hold you down. I'm a leader. I'll protect you. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna push themselves. They're not gonna get triggered. And that's the issue that we have on guys don't know what they're gonna get outside of triggering.
Sometimes women get emotions because of what they think the question. Just gotta like think logic and you know what I mean.
If you don't understand, you talk. It don't.
See that? See. I said I did ask that. You kept saying dumb shit. Like, why do we gotta go there? Why can't you just say, like, you know, I didn't understand what you meant, but you explained it later on, so now we can move forward. That's the kind of answer you want to hear. But no, you kept saying dumb shit. I'm just saying.
That's 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes they'll never get back.
Yeah.
So as soon as you said that, you said, "Oh, I hate guys like this."
You be the bro guys asking that.
Ain't nobody broke.
Who are you dating?
I'm not dating nobody.
You keep saying that, but somebody heard you. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody heard you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nobody heard me.
Them Yonkers niggas. I don't know.
Yeah, that part.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I'm saying. So, yeah.
That was tough. That was tough to listen to.
Yeah. And these guys, they always have some kind of relationship questions. I mean, like, well, it was another video I'm not even going to show that because that's just going to make everybody mad. But it was this other young lady that said, if you make $120,000 a year, you're broke.
What?
Based on, wait a minute, hold on. There's so many factors that play. That's such a loaded statement, and it's inaccurate.
It really is.
But it's a very loaded statement.
And I'm like, when she said that, I was like Kim's answer. Yeah, now she feels stupid.
Catch me outside.
The young lady, she said that, and you know, she said, like, okay, look, I'll break it down. That means you're making $117,000 a year. Okay, that's about $10,000 a month. Such. My rent is $2,000. I eat about $2,000 a month in food. Really?
How big are you?
How much weed are you smoking?
Wow.
$2,000 worth of food a month.
She's eating at those expensive restaurants. Restaurants every day. That's what that sounds like.
That's what it sounds. Because if you're buying $2,000 worth of groceries a month,
and guess what? It's not her money. She's probably going out on dates with different guys. So don't get it twisted.
No, she's single. She said, I make my own money. And then what was even the kicker? She said, look, I grew up in a household in California. My parents made $400,000 a year. Stop the show. Both your parents bringing home damn near $500,000 a year. Mm-hmm. And so you feel that's why $120,000 a year, you're broke?
She has to understand she came from an above average income family.
Yeah. And
everybody's not starting at that level.
That's not even the kicker. The kicker is, guess what she does for a living?
A stripper?
Close.
OnlyFans.
Bottle girl.
Ah.
And she said she brings home $120,000 a year, shaking your ass in a club, half naked.
I believe
You know how many people wish they had that kind of income?
See, Kim said, wait a minute, rent $2K, food $2K? Who's she working for?
Word up.
She said, I'll make it in a club. She made a TikTok video, and mad people now is getting at it. See, y'all didn't understand what I was saying when I said that's broke. That's really not a lot of money when you look at it. Okay, well, give it to me.
Well, that depends. If your means of lifestyle is more than what you make, then yeah, it's not a lot of money because you spending more than what you got.
Her parents, she's from California. Her parents is still doing it in California, and she's living in Arizona.
2,000. Look, let me tell you, 117,000 in Arizona gets you a long freaking way. Nice big house, nice car, all that stuff. The cost of living is low. So what you bitching about?
She's flexing because she's spending $2K a month on food alone. Food.
I'm like, what you eating?
That's what I want to know.
117 in California or New York. That's low considering how much shit costs up here. But even here, 117, you're living pretty comfortably.
And I'm like, you said your rent is $2,000. And she did several videos in a car. So she's driving. Maybe all your money's going to gas. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Damn.
But her perspective on what average, low, and high income is just like crazy. Because she has to understand especially not every male is making above. I know for black males last year in 2021, there were a lot of them that wasn't making over $21,000 a year. She's spending $2K per month on food. So within 4 months, that income is gone.
Right. I mean, you think about it, $2K for rent, which is average for New York rent, right? Another $2K on food, which is insane, right? But then you got to think, if she's driving a car, what kind of car she drives? Because she's driving a high-end car, the insurance is high.
I mean, I couldn't tell. She was sitting inside the car, but, she had a sunroof.
What is average income for America? I would have to say somewhere between 50 and 60K per year, if I had to guess.
That's the average. That's the national average.
So 120K is double. That's higher than average income. So I don't understand. But hey, to each his own. Like, she just needs to find a millionaire. And
to be honest, I think that the average American income is actually lower. I think it's between 35 and 40.
I mean, I had saw the video because I follow these guys playback, and they posted this, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me, boy. And then they were commenting on it. I'm sitting there like, and she made no sense. But now she's backpedaling when people would get in her case about it on social media. You do this on social media, and then you expect everybody to be on your side, and then you get triggered because they don't agree with you. All right, hold on a second, y'all. Here we go.
How many times I have to mention this, but I will say it again. Hourly wage is not worth it. I will never be going back working for the white man. I will be working for myself. I will be working for tips. I will be creating my own business.
First of all, I'm like, why are you in the video with those 3 dots on your lip?
I swear I thought that was a sunlight. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, I was wondering.
Like, what is that on your mouth?
Like, pop them things off your face, man.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? Is that toothpaste?
Probably toothpaste getting rid of pimples.
Or something. But anyway.
Because
or the precursor to herpes. What is it?
Working for tips where?
No.
For the white man. Okay. Does she believe that because she gets tipped that she is not doing the same thing other people are doing?
She's independent, dog. She's an entrepreneur.
No, I don't want to be an entrepreneur anymore. I don't want that label. I want whatever they're not. Because this obsession with wanting to do your own thing when you don't have the facilities to that, and especially when you're literally not doing it, it's crazy.
It's not. Sir, $117,000 a year is not a lot of money. It's a lot of money to some Americans because Americans are broke. But $100,000 is...
What?
Wait a minute. What is she talking about? America is one of the wealthiest countries on the world, like in the world and on the planet. What is she talking about?
She's comparing the 117,000 to the upper maybe 30%,
and that she's not a part of.
That she's not a part of. And I say 30% because if you're talking about people who make, let's say, 150 and more, which is a bigger number.
You see the answer she's responding to? I make $117,000 a year working with white people, hourly wage. Isn't worth it when you aren't smart and can't get a career. Ouch.
Wait, I'm trying to. Anybody who makes $117,000 and are not in a white collar job is not only fortunate but damn smart, because the fact is that you able to get $117,000, $120,000 job without going through any real formal education or having to kiss a lot of ass to get there. I know quite a few people who make over $100,000 a year, and they're not doing any kind of white collar job, but they had to get 6 years of college, 7 years of college.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she's talking about.
And her parents making $400K. I just looked it up. They're in the 1.8 percentile. Very small percentage of people make that much per year.
Right.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you.
Unrealistic.
It's not a lot of money, but congratulations.
Okay, wait. America has the biggest economy in the world.
To compare it being broke, because a lot of Americans are broke. Who are you comparing it to?
Hong Kong?
Monaco? Who are you comparing it to, bro?
Has to be Hong Kong. Yeah, that's the only way America's broke. If you compare it to Hong Kong and Monaco.
Who else are you comparing it to? The level of entitlement or delusion is ridiculous. But even $117,000. Even in America, it's a lot of money though. Let's be clear. That is a lot of money. You're borderline making twice as much as the average.
I'm from California. Average where? My parents were making at least $400,000 a year with a combined income. In California, and I'm in Arizona now, so for those of you who may not have seen my video, I just want to explain this, okay? $100,000 a year, or let's say $117,000 a year is $10,000 a month. My rent is $2,000. I eat at least $2,000 worth of food a month. This comment.
You eat $2,000 a month.
First of all, shame on you. And also congratulations, because you keep your figure very well for $2,000. But shame on you, because there's no reason why you should be eating that much worth in food.
That's what I was thinking too. What are you eating?
I'm sitting there because that damn sure ain't a salad in there.
There's a word that I want to throw out. There's a word I want to throw out there. I don't know if it's German or Jewish or what, but they use it a lot, and it's called frugal.
Yes. Ain't nothing wrong with being that, but you got to live within your means. Bottom line.
But
this and I wonder if this lady is investing her money in any kind of way. She's not always going to be young and able to work or be a bottle girl or whatever it is that she does. So she has to think about all of that. So while you're making all that good top-notch money now, what's going to happen when you turn 50?
Because she's triggered now because somebody said, if you're saying 117K in a year is not a lot, then you must live a lavish lifestyle. And now she's triggered now and want to respond to that.
Yo, you sound so fucking dumb. Let's be clear what you just said. Because this is the real problem with Americans is that y'all don't have any financial literacy at all. You're dumb, dog. Majority of Americans are making it just fine with a third of their income going to rent. You complaining about a fifth of your income going to rent because you're making $10,000 a month. And your rent is only $2,000. That's a fifth. Even if you were to gas it, because I don't think you spend $2,000 on fucking food. Even if you were to gas it though, and say that you spend $2,000 on food, that's still only $4,000. Let's say you gas it again. $2,000 goes to your transportation, car and car insurance. You still have $4,000 $2,000 left over. What world are you living in where you don't have enough money, where that's not enough money for you to survive off of? Yeah, there's no place in the world where that exists.
You can go to Tokyo and make that work.
$10,000 a year is $10,000 a month. It's not that I live a lavish lifestyle. It's that I live an adult life. I'm 25 years old. You cannot survive on $10,000 a month. I can't. This is just one of the comments I'm going to stitch because a lot of people are taking my video out of context. $10,000.
How are we taking it out of context? How? How are you taking it out of context? You said you can't. And I'm still laughing with what Kim said.
I can't.
Because that's the first thing. I'm like, what? Did you kiss a curling iron or something? Like what? I don't know. Anyway.
Here's where I live.
You're in Arizona!
Bro, you'd have thought she lived in fucking Bel Air.
You would have, yeah. You would have thought you live smack dab downtown Tokyo penthouse. You would have thought.
Bro, but even if she lived in Bel Air, for one person, bro, $10,000 a month is still more than enough. And what's crazy is you've already revealed to us that one of your biggest expenses, which is your housing, is only $2,000 a month, bro.
You've already $8,000 more of additional necessary expenses
where you're living paycheck to paycheck.
Everybody making like $40,000 a year right now is like, dog. You're in Arizona. You're taking it out of context. You don't get it. You don't get it. Look, if I spend $2,000 on my house and $8,000 on a vacation, I'm done. So what am I gonna do? I need more.
Oh,
I can ask my mom and dad. They make $800,000 combined. They make enough. Even them, like,
oh my God.
Even them.
Yeah, we were barely making it back then.
Not a lot of money. Being a young adult, being someone who likes to travel, being someone who likes to eat,
that right there. She likes to travel. Okay. So that's not a lot of money because you going to keep going places?
Yeah, that makes sense now, though.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, so here's the thing. What most people do is that they save their money so they can go on these trips. But you want to go to every trip. You want to go everywhere 2-3 times a year, you know, going to lavish places. No, of course you can't do it because you live in well beyond your means.
I don't get this.
How about this? Once you come back, get yourself a little Subaru with a 4-cylinder engine. You know what I'm saying? And then cut down that insurance down by a few $100. Get yourself a studio apartment, and then you can take all the trips you want.
Yeah. I just don't get it.
Yep.
It's lavish.
It's lavish.
People can't afford vacations and traveling. That's called lavish.
Oh fuck, bro. And the audacity you say the way you just looked up. Is serious?
Yo, it's not lavish. We went to Bali. We do a vacation every month. It's not lavish.
I just like to travel, dog. I just like to travel. Ceiling or cap on how much money that you could earn. So there's an actual incentive for you to work harder. So that's fine, but you're not a fucking entrepreneur because you still work for somebody else.
Someone who likes to work out, being someone who does a lot of activities, and also working at a restaurant is my part-time job. So I do have other incomes.
She works part-time at a restaurant.
Basically, she's just trying to make the income to travel. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
I was not bashing anyone who does not make $100,000 a year. I'm just saying that in specific areas, in a lot of areas, $100,000 is not a lot, especially when you have a family. Especially when you're, you know what I mean? And
you don't, but you don't though. You don't have a family. A, B, you literally call majority of Americans broke. So I don't know. Like, how else are they supposed to take that?
Y'all need to stop being so sensitive. I'm sorry. I'm not responsible for how you take my videos. I'm not responsible for your feelings. All I can say is I'm very direct. You can ask me anything. And I'm not a silver spoon child. Like,
Wow.
They're over
a silver spoon child, but she just bragged that her parents bring down $500,000 a year.
I say like this. Having some humbleness goes a long way.
Yes, Lord.
You know, just be real with your situation. Like, listen, I have a very eclectic lifestyle, and what I bring in a year is not enough to sustain that. So it's rough for me. But you know what? So $117,000 is not enough for my lifestyle. It may be enough for everybody else, but not for me. Be real with it. You know, I respect you more for it.
Yes, if you said that, we could respect that. But where you talking is like, you have to, you know, you guys can't be so sensitive. What do you mean sensitive? You defending yourself. Defend your words.
I'm like, you know, there are people out there who make $11 an hour, $8 an hour, bringing in $21,000 a year, barely making things work. You know, and you're gonna sit there in your ivory, you know, two bedroom apartment condo, talking about I don't make enough.
Because you want to go to Dubai and you want to go, like I said, like, okay, stop running to these rich countries and giving up the money just because you want to see it. You know how you can see it? Google Maps. That's how.
You know what?
Right?
I don't knock her too much because she's like 25 years old.
Yeah, because
like,
the wisdom ain't there yet.
The wisdom ain't there yet. Like, and then especially where she comes from, I can almost map out what her life was like up until that point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She never really had to work a hard day in her life. She didn't work in no coal mine, breaking her back. She brings bottles to tables. I don't knock the profession. I'm just saying that in terms of working hard, like there's a difference.
Huge difference.
You come up to me with black lung.
Like, yeah, one person could be like a geophysicist making $120K, and she's serving bottles. That's the difference.
That's the difference. Once you talk to that astrophysicist who's making 120, talking about, you mean to tell me I went to school for all this time? She coming in with a bottle and she making as much as me?
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Let a coal miner come and like, why don't you come over here with some black lung and tell me about working hard?
Oh man.
Okay. So it's not adding up.
Bro, the lack of self-awareness is so
something we don't know.
This is peak lack of self-awareness. You said that your mom and dad combined was almost netting $500,000, nearly $500,000, and you're saying that you weren't silver spoon? So you're saying 20 years ago when you were being raised that they were barely making it by with making nearly $500,000?
When I was talking about $100,000 dividing it by 12 months being $10,000 a month, my rent is $2,000. Now, the rent in Arizona may be different to where you are. There are
Take a look at the steering wheel.
All right.
Who does that? That's why this is not enough money for you, because you're sitting there, you know, whatever kind of car you driving, why you had to bling out the steering wheel.
She only paid $17 for that. I got the same blinged out steering wheel. Keep moving. Amazon. Not on Amazon. So I already busted her bubble on that. Next.
Get her, daddy. Get her, daddy.
Put that applause clap on.
It's super cute though, but it's only $17. Stop playing. She might be lying about how much she's spending on her rent too. I'm just saying we need to fact check this sister.
Play that applause clap thing that you got there.
Yo, and I'm sitting there like, this ain't enough money, but obviously you ain't spent none on your hair.
Over here looking like me, average income citizen.
Well, of course, you know, her hairstylist costs $2,000. I like the fact that all her expenses are so evenly, you know, it's like $2,000 for rent, $2,000 for groceries, $2,000 for car insurance.
And you spent $30 to get them nails done. Your hair not did. And what is that? It looks like
a lot of the stuff she's doing, she's saying right out of the gym.
You know, like, another woman can look at her and tell how much she paid for everything. You know.
Thank you.
Other financial decisions I can make. For example, if I want to save money, I can live with someone else, like a roommate. But I don't want to live with a roommate. I want to live alone. I want to have my own place. I mean, like, yes, I said Americans are broke, but I feel like I was just like...
A moment ago, she didn't give a fuck with that.
Now all of a sudden, she's making two different responses to him.
Well, let me clarify. It was out of context. What I meant was...
And I'm I'm so serious, bro. It doesn't matter how much you try to break this down, bro. If you only spend $2,000 on rent, making $10,000, you're fine. You're actually more than fine. The fact that you're trying to get on TikTok and explain like, well, this is how I meant and how I'm gonna break it down. And I personally, I want to live on my own. That may be different for you when like you're talking down to people.
Maybe you want to live in a group home.
Yeah,
that's up to you.
Maybe you live in a foster care. I get that, but me personally, I want to live on my own. Now, 2,000 maybe. Like, what's crazy? She's making it seem like 2,000 is like a lot, bro. That's literally like average at this point.
That's actually, I imagine that's above average in Arizona.
Honestly, I'm unapologetically myself. I always have been on this app. But a lot of you guys saw that video and kind of just assumed that I was a silver spoon child. And, you know, apps don't really captionize everything about a person. You really just see what they want you to see, right? I watched the video.
Really, with that bedpost the size of a wall.
Right?
The hell? You probably got a California king in your bedroom.
Yes.
You know what?
So if app show us what you wanted us to see, how will you take it out of context?
You showed it to us.
Fuck, this is dumb, bro. Damn, this is dumb. Jesus. This is a good video, though. No, yeah.
Over $100,000. I said $117,000 is not a lot of money where I live, and that's true. If you guys are making $60,000 a year and you're okay with that, good for you. I should move to those places because that's much cheaper.
You live there!
Like,
My man lost his shit.
You see, I'm saying.
You already live there, you fucking idiots! You live there! Holy fuck! You live there!
You left Cali. You left the expensive
You
place.
left a more expensive place to move to a more fuck, you're dumb. You already live there. You already live in a place where half of the people, the average people, are making $60K. You already live there.
this guy comes up to me and he's like, aren't you that girl that's going viral on Twitter right now? And I was like, are you serious? What? And he was like, yeah, like your TikTok about the money. And I was like, oh, so here's my thing, right? Do any of y'all smoke weed? Do any of y'all smoke on...
So let's see what we can whip up here.
Wow.
All right, so let's choose hip hop. Let's go to
That girl
the
was
key that we were
delusional.
in after our minor.
Yeah.
Turn this shit
You
off,
good?
bro. Turn this shit
You see,
off.
my man is mad right now.
Agent. She's not about to explain to me now that a new expense of hers is fucking weed. Agent,
Yeah.
turn this fucking thing off.
Bro, there's only like there's so
She's
little left.
about to explain to me that a new expense of hers is weed.
No, I'm pretty sure she's
Okay.
$8,000 of weed is.
Weed.
I
Well,
don't
you know,
know.
good kush is gonna cost you something.
I don't know who's spending $8,000. Snoop don't spend $8,000 in weed.
All I'm
Okay.
saying.
What is this girl talking about?
The girl is delusional, man. She grew up entitled, you know, and I'm not judging her because a lot of people do. Well, 1.8% of Americans do. To be
Right now, I stopped judging her because I already know what she's about. I'm judging this man because he's taking it way too personal.
He's just sick of her crap.
I'm like, yo, dude, you gotta
My
calm it
version
down,
of
man.
surviving, or I guess what I meant by surviving, is what allows me to live the lifestyle that I want. But I want more. I've always wanted more.
And I'm glad she said it. A lot of y'all use this word surviving and you don't get what it means. The opposite of survival is dying. So you will be okay without weed. In fact, you'll be okay without your vacations, without your nice apartment. You could live way more humbly than you're living. So this is a vocabulary misunderstanding, Marcel. She really just meant she can't
she's
live the
dumb,
life she
bro.
wants with
She's fucking
117,000.
dumb. No, she is dumb. She's fucking dumb. Because by that logic, then what is going to be surviving for you will change when your income also increases. And that's the problem. People don't realize that. The more money you make, the more money people spend. And that's how they actually stay broke. That's what actually happens.
That is crazy. If you make $117,000 with your ass out being a waitress, then that is fucking impressive. Congratulations. You should be hoarding all of that cash, living as humbly as you can, investing in every way you can so that you can make sure that lasts a lifetime.
Bro, even if she made $70,000, that's still more than enough to survive with.
Plenty. Unlike her, the ex-director of BLM is living her dream life. That's because she used $6 million in organization funds to fund her own real estate endeavors. You gotta watch that video, man. If you missed it, it was insane. Appreciate y'all.
What they said is everything I said, man. 120K is double the average of the normal American salary. And if she's investing her money, which I hope she is, instead of spending $2K on food, then she'll never have anything to worry about.
Nothing, man. If she, like I said, and where she's at, if she got a 1-bedroom apartment, I'm gonna tell you right now, 1-bedroom apartment in a nice area will probably run you about $1,100, if that.
Right.
If that, in Arizona. Probably less. You know, and yo, get yourself a little hatchback. Get you a hoopty, right? Your insurance will be $100 a month.
Hoopty, man. Nowadays, there's nice looking Kias out there that are spacious and super affordable. But she has options, man. She has options.
And I know for a fact that you get some like what was it? Some Purple Haze or one of those. It costs you like $60. Like, it ain't gonna break your bank.
Why she smoking so much weed though? That's my question.
I'm like, you smoking that much weed and you ain't got no record deal. You ain't living in this lavish lifestyle. Like, what are you doing?
She's the queen of Kush.
Girl is stressing. She need to go ahead and just open up a farm.
That ain't that, that Alaska baked gold. That's not dro. I don't know.
I feel bad for the dude. Like he really got butthurt over it. He was like, "Listen, I'm done with this shit." I was like, "Yo, look, blood pressure, keep it low."
Yeah, for real. You gonna make it. You gonna piss off your own self.
Yo, it was the entitlement, man. That girl was hella entitled. I think he was just tired of it.
Oh, without a doubt.
But yo, that's gonna do it for this evening. Yo, I want to thank my homegirl, Miss Danny M, on the Sister Talk podcast. What time are you on tomorrow?
I'm not going to be on tomorrow, but I will be back on May 1st at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So mark your calendars, guys. I'm going to have a life coach on. It's a guy, and he's going to keep it real. He's out in New Jersey, as a matter of fact. So I'm super excited to have him on. His name is Basim Aziz. And man, he's been in the military. Shout out to all our U.S. veterans. And I'm super excited to interview him on May 1st at 3 p.m.
All right.
That's what's up. And to my man, Mr. Anthony Cruz, with the One-to-One podcast.
The One-to-One mini podcast project on Instagram on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 Eastern Standard Time, and or 9:30, depending on how I feel that day.
and a big shout to my man Gene Gallard with the Connecticut Cobras. He's sick with COVID right now. I think he's tuning in, but he's like, yo, I couldn't make it, bro. You know, like, dog, still rocking with us. It's all good, man. Rest up, get better, and join us here. And for those of y'all, y'all will know your boy Jeff Strange. You want to go ahead and buy me a coffee, follow that link right there. ko-fi.com. Jeff Strange 67. Yeah, that's the year I was born. I don't care. I'm not ashamed of my age. 54. Do that. I don't care. Y'all still love me anyway. So.
That's right.
But yo, thank you very much for tuning in. This has been The Strange Experience. I will see y'all next week, Saturday, 8 p.m. right here. I'm working on getting my signal directly to my site. Like Anthony, we're all on Instagram. You can find us, but from what I hear, creators are starting to just leave Instagram because Instagram is not paying anymore. I saw a big video with Country Wayne. He was like, nope, going to YouTube right now because Instagram don't want to pay. Oh, hey.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah, that's another video. That might be next week's video. So,
Yeah, it does need to be. Seriously, man. These social media platforms are guzzling billions a year. Billions.
And don't want to give up none of it because they live in a lavish lifestyle. They do so much.
They forget that the people hold the power. They can shut the whole thing down.
Oh yeah,
definitely. So
hey, but shout out to Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, man. We ain't gonna cancel you, fam. but you need to definitely get it together.
Counseling, get it together, separate if you got to.
One simple thing
you ain't
advice
gotta
for them:
Yeah,
just be
yeah.
better. Just be better.
You ain't got a co-parent no more. Child support is over and done with. So
Right up.
if you got to break up, we'll give a half and you gonna make more.
Definitely. Oh, and let me put my plug out there. Guys,
Mhm.
everyone that's tuned into the Strange Sounds Radio, I always have him headlining on my show as well. But I want to let you guys know I am a relationship coach. So if you need advice, you just need someone to talk to, you can always hit me up at 832-590-0691. I am always listening. I'm always here. It's always strictly confidential. Relationships are not easy, as we can see, both celebrity world and in the natural world. So like I said, hit me up. I'm available for you and to you. I'm not perfect myself. If I had a camera in my house and you could see some of the silly arguments that we have, I'm telling you, it would be 1 million views on TikTok. Right? So I'm gonna put that plug in. And thank you, Jeff, for having me on tonight. I really appreciate it. Very good content you're doing.
Danny, such a pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Definitely. And I can't wait until we meet in person. Jeff, Anthony, everybody up there upstate. Like I'm
saying,
excited and looking forward to it.
And this is the funny thing about social media. Danny and I go back to MySpace.
Years. Like,
You know?
on top of years.
And it's just like we just so cool when we never physically saw each other in front of each other. But I'm just like,
But I support Jeff 100%. It's just, genuine people when you see them. Anthony, you too, a very genuine person. Like I love to be around people who I can feed off of that positive, motivating energy. We need more of that.
Absolutely.
Man. And nobody text us with any like, yo, I hear echo, so I did it right this week.
You did good. Pat yourself on the back.
And now I'm break my arms. So I'm like, anyway. So thank you very much, guys. I will see y'all next week. Y'all stay strong. I'm gonna stay strange. Peace. It's the Strange Experience.
All right. Take care, folks.
Peace.